This video is on sacred numbers and how the Illuminati are using these numbers to punish me. And I'll break down a number of things that have occurred to me here to give you an idea of what's happened. This diagram up here is a NASA runway at Cape Canaveral. I have to draw this out because I don't have the internet right now, so I can't really show you what this looks like on Google Maps, but you just have to take my word on it that this is there. At one end of the runway, you have 33 as a number, then you have 15 at the other end. And so what the Illuminati are doing is basically making my life, I'm basically in the Illuminati pretty much, and I'm displaying things that are in the real world occasionally. So this is one of the things that they had me displaying. So what they did was, they did this. They stole some money from me and some silver from me, and they used it to conduct a ritual with. So I'll just get into it right here. So I'm 33 right here. That's how old I am in 2017. Okay, and that's how old Christ was when he died, and that's also, not in this case, but in other cases, 33 could also represent 1/3, which means 1/3 of the angels that fell from heaven when Lucifer rebelled. So 33 in this sense, though, we're using it in the sense that Christ died at age 33. Okay, so we have that. Then there's 15 down here, which is, in Viking runic numbers, the number 15 looks like this. It looks like Christ hanging on the cross. So you have Christ dying on the cross, basically, is what this runway is saying. And at Cape Canaveral, you have C and C. So C and C is 3 and 3, so you have 33 there as well. Everything that NASA does is kind of like show business. They get paid a lot of money to fake space. The people really high up are in on it. They know what's going on. The people below them do not know what's going on. They think they're actually going into space, which they're not. That's kind of the deception that they have. They get paid a lot of money to fake space. And the reason why they fake space is because if you thought that you can get out of the beyond the firmament, you would be less inclined to believe in God, because there's no need to believe in God when there's a whole universe out there and a whole bunch of galaxies out there. But that's not actually the case. There's a hard layer in the upper atmosphere, and that's documented in the book of Genesis and Deuteronomy. It's also mentioned in Psalm 19, the first sentence, and Psalm, which one is it? Psalm 19 and I believe, well, memory's left me a moment, but Psalm 19 mentions, and the firmament shows his handiwork, which is on the tombstone of Werner von Braun, who was the Operation Paperclip Nazi scientist who was brought here to help build up NASA in the 1950s. And it's kind of funny, why would he put that on his gravestone? He puts that exact phrase. It talks about the heavens in the first sentence, and below that says, "And the firmament shows God's handiwork," is what I'm paraphrasing here. So that's bizarre that that's there, but that's there because it's kind of like him showing that he's in the Illuminati and that he knows what's going on, and him admitting the truth in plain sight. So here we go. So we have this. So I'm 33 years old, and I'll get into how they got the number 15 there. I have 15 pieces of silver left in my room. I keep it in a lockbox, kind of. So I'm 33 years old, and I have 15 pieces of silver left. So that's kind of what they're doing here. And how they did that is that before August of 2016, I had 36 ounces of silver. And then in late August, early September, I had 20 ounces stolen from me. And then 1 more ounce was stolen from me thereafter. So they took 20, then they took 1. And then I was left with 15 ounces. So that's how you get that number there. And I think the reason why they took 20 and then 21 is due to the fact that, I'm being punished due to crimes that I committed, some of which I committed in Las Vegas. I was 20 years old in Las Vegas, and then shortly after, a month after, which is why they probably skipped a month and went over to the next month, and pretty much immediately after, I turned 21. So in December of 2004, I was 20 years old, and then after that, I was 21 years old in January of 2005. So that's why they did 20 and then they did 21, is basically what this is saying. So that's why that number was stolen from me, and then I get left with 15. So then they had me conducting this ritual in my room. It's kind of a little bit bizarre, but that's kind of the creative analysis that I have of this. So we have that. We also have this is what was stolen from my credit union account from 2016 to 2017. Maybe even 2015 was when this first started, but the end dollar amount equals $149.86. And what they're trying to tell with these numbers here, or explain to me, is that 1666 says no, basically, because 49 is a hidden way of saying 666, because 9 times 4 is 36, and it's like saying 3 number sixes. It's one of many ways in which they hide the number 666. And you can see this in 1849. That was the year they selected for the 49ers to come there. That year was not selected arbitrarily. They just selected that deliberately to put a hidden 666 in when the 49ers came to San Francisco, because the 49ers probably came there before 1849, but the Illuminati and the Freemason elite wanted to make sure that that number got incorporated into that piece of history. So they came here at 1849 was what the consensus was on their part, what they decided. So that's another story of how 49 is a hidden 666. That's why they put that there with the 49ers, and that's why they put this on my my credit union account when I checked that. And then 86 means no, because 86 is a server term. It's a if you wait tables before they had computer systems, you could write the number 86 for 86ing the mayo or 86ing any sort of condiment or anything else that you don't want on the order. You hit its number, PLU number, to get rid of something that you don't want. So this means 1666 no. All right, so this is what they're doing basically. This is part of the sorcery that they conduct. They work with numbers. It's kind of pretty simple once you figure it out and get it. It's really simple, actually. So that's basically it, and that's all I have for today. I hope you have a blessed day, and take care.